Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Flawless Queen, and today I'm going to be doing a reaction commentary to Can You Believe These Dating Disasters. So let's get into it. It's a video by Inside Edition, and they talk about pretty interesting stuff on their channel. I stay watching that channel. Let's get into this one because I already know this is about to be a mess.
Dating is tough, and these singles have some horror stories to show for it.
Who does this?
In 2017, this man says a date took a turn for the worse when the woman he was out with started texting during a movie.
She was behaving as though this behavior was perfectly normal.
Brandon says he was offended that Crystal, whom he met on Bumble, was too busy texting with a friend to pay attention to Guardians of the Galaxy 2 after he spent more than $17 on her ticket.
About 15 minutes into the movie.
I think that's so rude to like text while you're on a date. Like, that's so rude. You're supposed to be spending time with this person, seeing if this person is the right person for you, and you're doing this. Like, what? And he did. He spent his money. He spent like over $17 on her. At least try to get his money's worth.
The phone comes out. It's text, 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 read, text, text, text. I mean, it was nonstop.
My best friend texted me to make sure I was okay on my date.
That would sound like Kim Kardashian.
Crystal says it was a quick chat to let her friend know that the date was going well, but she spoke too soon because that's when Brandon suggested she take her texting outside the theater.
Next thing I know, she says, "I'll be right back," stands up, leans in, "I'll be right back." Never saw her again.
After Crystal made her exit, it was Brandon sending her texts, demanding she pay back the $17.31 he spent on her movie ticket.
I texted.
She left in the middle of the movie. Like, that's so rude. That is so rude. He like literally spent his money on your ticket and you do this. He just wasted like $17 on you.
Her text.
If you don't like that person, then why don't you just not go on a date with them? I don't know.
This is insane. I am not paying you back for the date.
So Brandon planned a second date for them in small claims court.
I would have done the same thing. Like, give me back my $17.31.
Once and for all.
Or for hopefully one last time.
The date just didn't work out, and I will love to give you your $17.31
As
if you
should.
can just leave this alone.
Let's count it, right, just to make sure it's all here. 10, 15, 16, 17, 31 cents.
In 2018, this woman needed an entire New York City park and hundreds of unsuspecting guys to carry out a crazy dating experiment.
I have everyone here today to be on a date with me.
All of these men showed up to Union Square thinking they were going out with Natasha Aponte. But when they arrived, they were thrown into a competition for her affection.
No beer bellies, no long beards, no bald guys, you gotta go.
Natasha started behaving in person like people do on dating apps, eliminating or keeping men based on their physical attributes, and even swiping on them to their faces.
Swipe right.
I mean, that is what people do. Like, even if we didn't have like the internet and like online dating and all that stuff, that is kind of what people do. Like, sometimes people, they'll just go on one date with that person and then they'll be done, you know? And then like in the everyday basis, we are ranking people like, oh, like me and my friends would be like, oh, do you think he's cute? We'd be like, no. And then the other person would probably think he's cute or something. Like, you know, like we're always doing that every day. You know, that's just part of human nature.
Right?
According to many women in 2018, this man was only dating for dinner.
Wow, this really happened to me?
These women said they all went out with Paul Gonzalez, who ditched them in the middle of romantic dinners and left them to pay a hefty restaurant bill.
I was just in shock that anybody would do this.
You're, embarrassed.
Is out here finessing a grand 5-star meal. without like paying. Oh my gosh, that's all he wanted. All he wanted was the meal. He didn't want you. Like, but he knew he couldn't afford it, so he was like, hey, let me go on this date. And then just leave, you know, and then they'll have to pay for it.
Kind of ashamed.
At least 20 women said they met Gonzalez on dating apps and went to dinner with him, usually at a nice steakhouse. They all had similar stories about how he operated.
He had told me that his son may be calling. I said, no, absolutely, I have kids, I understand.
Sure enough, after he'd eaten his salad and steak and drank a glass of wine, the women said he got a phone call.
He said, don't let them take my food, I'll be right back.
Famous last words. After he ghosted them, the women said they couldn't get in touch with him because he'd deleted his dating profile and stopped using the burner phone he had contacted them with.
It's so
Yo, he really went to the extent of getting a burner phone. He really wanted that food, like.
so crazy that someone.
He had a whole plan to get that food.
Oh, why?
For free.
Mission went looking for Gonzalez to get some answers.
Oh my God, that is him.
They tracked him down to a coffee shop, but he wasn't in the mood to talk.
You've been going to local restaurants with women that you meet online and leaving them with a check.
And plus, like, I feel bad for the women because not only you gotta pay for the entire, you know, date, your feelings is kind of hurt because, like, he just left. You know, you thought that he was actually into you, but he was really into the steak.
At least one dating site prevented users from going on a date with a self-proclaimed white supremacist.
Everybody and their mother wants to ruin my life, okay?
Christopher Cantwell was prominently featured in a Vice News report on the deadly protest in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017. It made him a familiar face in the neo-Nazi movement.
Looks so creepy.
Engaged in violence, I have. There's no question about it.
So when people spotted his profile on the dating app OkCupid, they alerted the support team. And OkCupid later tweeted that within 10
Plus, like, that can be so unsafe too.
from the
Like,
platform. A
that
move
can
that
be so
surely prevented
unsafe.
many bad dates.
No. He looks so creepy.
The best time is at nighttime.
And when this woman signed up,
Oh my gosh. I know this incident. This was back when I used to watch Shane Dawson. He had like this video. He was talking about like creepy things on footage or something like that. And he was talking about like this serial killer went on a dating show and he ended up winning. And the lady, she didn't go on a date with him because her intuition told her, you know, like, this guy seems kind of creepy, let me not, you know, like, and that saved her life. Like, this guy, he looks creepy. But then again, you know, there's people out there that you just don't know. Like I remember I was watching Ted Bundy, like a documentary or something. He's a good looking guy, but he did all these heinous crimes and stuff, and people are thinking, oh, there's no way that he could have done that, like, he looks good or whatever. Like, that really doesn't matter. Like, you really don't know who to trust. That's why, like, keep pepper spray. I always keep pepper spray. Keep a taser, anything, flashlight. Like, if not, like, always keep like your key. If you're walking, like, keep your key in between your knuckles, and, like, you know, you can, like, shank them, you know. Like, that's why online dating isn't safe, because they could be targeting you, or targeting, you know, like, targeting people to do heinous crimes to, like, to kill, or to take them off somewhere and sell them. Like, you really don't know who you're talking to online. That's why dating apps isn't the safest thing to do.
For the dating game in 1978, she had no idea she would come face to face with a serial killer. Investigators say Rodney Alcala was in the middle of a killing spree when he brazenly went on the national television show trying to score a date with an eligible bachelorette.
I'm called the Banana, and I look really good.
He was a real creepy guy.
Bachelor number 2, and says he could sense something was off with Alcala.
This creep comes up and he puts his face practically in my face and he says, I always get the girl. When I think about what he said, I always get my girl.
Oh my gosh.
That's what he's talking about.
Alcala was later found guilty of 7 murders, but investigators say he could have more than 100 victims. He remains behind bars more than 40 years after his dating game debut. The Bachelorette on the show did choose him over the others, but she reportedly never went on that date with Alcala because she also found him to be creepy. Intuition may have saved her life.
Exactly. You gotta be safe out here, you know? People are crazy. People are like insane. You really gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Well, that was the end of the video. If you stick to the end, thank you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And also, if you want to follow my Instagram, there'll be a link in the description down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.